Hello and welcome to all you Capricorns out there. This is your monthly horoscope for people who've got the sun in Capricorn, the ascendant or the rising sign in Capricorn, and to a lesser extent the moon. So this is your astrology for the month of June of 2021. Is it going to be the most significant month of the year for the Capricorns? No. Is it going to be a little bit important? Yeah, you're having your full moon after all. So on the 24th of June, there's going to be a full moon in your sign of Capricorn. That's always an energy of culminations, of things becoming very clear for you. And in the midst of quite some unclear energy going on, in fact, for the collective. But let's have a look. So this is, of course, not tailor-made horoscopes. This is not individual horoscopes, but general ones. So keep that in mind. Now what's going on? First of all, an eclipse. On the 10th of June, we're going to have a solar eclipse at 19 degrees of Gemini in your 6th house. And it is the sun and the moon together with the North Node together. And it's the eclipse belongs to the Saros cycle 5 North, and that has all to do with vision. Visionary, being a visionary, having a vision, so to speak. So when you're putting this all together in your 6th house, the 6th house is your day-to-day life. It's your work for many people who work. It's your day-to-day routine that you're doing. It's your health. So that's your the area of life where you're going to feel this energy. Now, new moons are about planting new seeds. It's about new ideas, for sure, with this eclipse. And so is it a good thing to think about your work, to maybe for a new job or a different job or doing something else with it, or and certainly planting new seeds there? Absolutely. The same for a new regime, for instance, or working out in a new way, doing some routines that are improving your life and making your life easier in the long run, so to speak. Yeah, this is definitely a good time. However, this energy of the eclipse is squared up to Neptune. So the eclipse squares up to Neptune, and there's even a Mercury going backwards and forwards in that house as well, of your 6th house. So that is a factor of insecurity. That is a factor of fogginess, for sure. And that Neptune for you is in your 3rd house of communication, your 3rd house of thinking, your 3rd house of your environment, your siblings, the people you see on a daily basis, all of this. So what does it mean? It's the best is, of course, not to try to fight this energy. So if you are that Capricorn that wants to take all control, especially on that work level, on your health level, and you're just forcing things because you want clarity, it's not going to happen, because these energies are there to be there as they are, to be unclear, so that later on, because of all the unclarity, all the parallel universes, all the possibilities that are going to show up for you, like plan A, for instance, for a job, and there's also plan B, there's also plan C. Neptune is just gonna make you crazy out of all of this. But rather than making yourself crazy and trying to fight this, you could say, oh, look, let's observe this. Let's have a look at all these options. Let's do time its work rather than me doing the things and trying to play God, right? Because after all, that's what Neptune is showing us. It's that we're not God. And and that insecurity is not going to last forever. Actually, around the 23rd and 24th of June, clarity will come already, because then Mercury goes direct in that 6th house of yours. But even more, when you really want to be sure, and you have that control with you, of signing contracts, of making important choices in your life that consider your health, that consider contracts for work and so on, I would suggest even to postpone it after the 8th of July, because then that Neptunian fogginess around Mercury is gone. Okay, does it mean you have to postpone your life? Of course not. Of course not. You have to be real and realistic. So when you would have to sign a contract, like on the 5th of June, for instance, and then just know that there's going to be some stuff that was probably misunderstood and that you have to re-communicate and all. And at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, but it's a bit more annoying, right? So it's not life-changing events that are going to happen for you during this month, but it has to do with a lot of clarity and communication. So make sure you can't control other people's communication. You can't control their minds. So don't worry about that, because it is what it is. But what you can do is make sure that your communication is clear, that you have full integrity, because otherwise it's going to backfire. It's going to backfire with this Mercury square Neptune thing. Watch gossip as well at the workplace. You know, Mercury in Gemini squaring up to Neptune. It's a little trickster there. So just make sure that you have your integrity, that you know what you're doing. How people are going to take it, that's another thing. That is out of your control, but at least you can control that. And I think you're going to be fine when you're doing that. Now, meanwhile, Venus is, as I said, you know, you're going to have also on the 24th of June this full moon in your sign. So this is more about relationships, the moon in your sign, and especially the Capricorns who have planets around 3 degrees of Capricorn. I'm going to mention who these people are, who have a birthday around the 22nd of December up until like the 28th of December. They're going to feel this full moon the most, right? And it's like things become very clear around relationships. Your needs versus other people's needs, and what they want and who they are and who you are, all of that thing. If there is unclarity on a relationship level, whether you are single and you're dealing with someone that you want a relationship with, or whether you are in a relationship, things are a bit unclear, you're going to have the clarity there. And that's good. I mean, it's all about what you feel and what you're gonna be. If you're someone who doesn't always say what you need and what you want, this is going to be the moment where you will feel that you can't do any other way. So express yourself, definitely, but also listen to what that other person has to say. Now, overall in relationships, Venus is in your 7th house for the whole month. So this is good. This is good. This shows not only that you're going to attract a bit more Venusian kind of people, which are gentle, charming, beautiful, but also that you want more of that in your life. And that you are more open towards that, and you are more open to compromise. You are more open to understand where other people are coming from, and you know, smooth energy there, smooth communications there with or interactions with other people. So that's definitely lovely for you for that for the whole month that you will experience. And then last but not least, Mars, the planet where you put your energy on, will be in the 8th house as from the 12th of the month. So Mars in your 8th house in Leo is about putting your action a bit in a way behind the scenes, because the 8th house is not a stage house, so to speak. It's more a house of I'm doing things behind the scenes. Mars in the 8th can be tremendously good for achieving more strength, for battling your fears and your demons, so to speak, for understanding yourself better on a psychological level, also for taking actions, Mars, when it comes to intimacy. Absolutely, you know, sexuality, intimacy, vulnerability, and doing your best to achieve that, basically. And that's not always an easy thing, and certainly not for Saturnian ruled Capricorns out there. So that could be a bit of your the things that you want to conquer, so to speak, especially when you're having a new relationship. This can be very interesting. On another level, it can mean that you want to have a bit more action when it comes to investments, when it comes to your finances that you're sharing with another person. So you want to fix problems, you want to You know, you want to resolve this, you want to have it in a more healthy way with Mars there. So quite an eventful month, a very interesting month indeed. Make the most out of it, you know. Have a very good month. Thank you so much for watching and see you next month. Bye bye.